Sri Lanka has started 2022 on a rather precarious note. The economy is in a bad shape, so much so that Colombo has had to shut down diplomatic missions, 3 of them. Why? To save foreign reserves and cut costs. Which missions are these? There's the Sri Lankan High Commission in Abuja, Nigeria, the Consulate General of Sri Lanka in Frankfurt, Germany, and another Consulate General in Nicosia, Cyprus. They've all suspended operations starting the 1st of January. The Foreign Ministry of Sri Lanka calls it a restructuring in order to minimize expenditure on maintenance of its missions. These are desperate times for the country. It is facing its worst financial meltdown in history. Let's look at these numbers. In the next 12 months, Sri Lanka has to pay $7.3 billion in domestic and foreign loans, $7.3 billion, which includes $500 million sovereign bond repayment by the end of this month. How much money is there in Sri Lanka's foreign reserves? $1.6 billion. Doesn't add up. Reports say Colombo plans to settle some of its debts by turning commodities into payment methods. Last month, it used tea to pay off $251 million in oil debt to Iran. But not everyone may agree to such barters. Sri Lanka is expected to default on its payments. To make things worse, inflation is at record levels. In November 2021, inflation in Sri Lanka stood at 9.9%. By the end of December, it was more than 12%. Then we have food inflation. In November 2021, it stood at 17.5%. By the end of December, it rose to 22.1%. With inflation at record highs, prices of essential items are soaring. The prices of wheat, flour and cement have gone up by 10%, petroleum and cooking gas up by 85%, milk powder 12.5%. And that's not all. The World Bank estimates that nearly 500,000 Sri Lankans are now living below the poverty line, and in 2022 the numbers will look worse. The country's rich and elite are planning to leave. Look at this headline: an increasing number of Sri Lankans lining up to migrate. This is from a survey that was conducted in November 2021. It found that 1 in 4 Sri Lankan citizens is looking to migrate in order to escape the impending financial doom. How does the Rajapaksa government plan to stop them? How does it plan to get Sri Lanka out of this economic crisis? The same way Pakistan repeatedly does, through an IMF bailout. The Sri Lankan cabinet is reportedly planning to seek a bailout from the International Monetary Fund. A high-level cabinet meeting for this purpose was held today. We are awaiting details.